works. Okay, cool. There we go. Oh, I'm just setting up a few things, and then hopefully we can get started.
I'm here joined now by Landon from London Spitfire. Landon's London. Hi, Landon.
Landon's London.
Oh my god. That's a cheesy
hey,
one.
Man, congratulations
for sure.
on the win. You guys are looking really nice right now. I mean, against Toronto Defiance, I think you guys proved that you guys were the better team today. How did you guys prepare for the match against Toronto Defiance?
Our basic strategy was just to work as hard as we could to like figure out every matchup we can, so when we get in the match there's no confusion. So I think we, like, going into the match, no matter what they played, I think we had a pretty good idea of how we wanted to play them.
Were you guys at all surprised when Toronto came up with the Winston dive mostly out throughout the match? Or were you sort of expecting that from Toronto?
Not seeing Zen is definitely going to be a surprise given how strong the hero is. So, but I mean, literally last stage, that was all we played against. All we did was play Ryan and Doomfist. So it wasn't like it was something we had never done before. Just had to go back to our old
and I mean, also, I think... Right, and I mean, I also want to talk about the very last map. I think New Queen Street was a lot of fun. I mean, you guys did prove that you guys are, I think, currently the best rush team that we have in the league. But were you guys surprised by the fact that Toronto all of a sudden switched up their comp and they came out with the rush mirror?
Dude, I was like really
understand the Ryan pick. We've proven that Ryan is like our best comp, and to put us in a mirror match on it, when I think we've won every New Queen Street so far playing Ryan comp. So to come out and match the Ryan, I don't really understand it. A little bit disrespectful.
Yeah, I mean, not even disrespectful. I think I was just straight up dumb. I don't know what they're thinking.
Were, like, sort of just going like, oh yeah, we got this. We won this match as soon as you saw the rush mirror, no?
It caught us off guard a little bit, but we definitely had confidence in the middle of the match.
Right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and it definitely showed. And last but not least, my final question is, you know, right now London Spitfire, I think coming into this stage, of course, rush comp, you guys have it down, and also like your Sigma comp with Poco.
I feel like really I don't like Atlanta, but like Natter, so I'll watch. I appreciate it. You're gonna start liking Atlanta, though. You're gonna start liking Atlanta.
The stage for the London Spitfire.
This is the stage we make the tournament. I'm fully confident in that, and I hope everyone gets ready to watch us. We're gonna make the tournament this stage.
I think like we have to think about too, like London. No one so far has actually found a like constructive way to actually deal with London's Brawl, in my opinion. Like no one has found a constructive way, and I think that's what makes them very special and unique. So it's going to be really interesting to see who else they play and how they're able to deal with them. Because they play New York, which is New York, right? That's a pretty easy W in my opinion. Then on top of that, then they play Paris, also in my opinion easy W. Then they play Washington, that'll be harder, in Dallas. So they'll have like two more like hardish matches. Is that Ruby? That's literally Ruby in the background.
It's all over the place with it. We love it.
Okay.
We love to see that very multicultural
That's really funny.
roster succeed. I mean, we have.
I actually know the
a
person in the
Dane, a
background.
Swede,
I coach her.
a guy from the UK,
So,
we have an American, we have a French guy, and then we have a German in there.
That's funny.
A lot of language barriers which could happen, but they make it work. They synergize,
really,
and they're
really, really
looking
funny.
good, and they're looking like they're showing us versatility. On the other side, she wanted to define. Yeah, I guess they just decided to ignore that there is a patch and a meta reinforced.
Speak your mind, sorry. No.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
I'm angry.
You're passionate about this.
I should stop speaking.
No, I'm gonna
Let's
talk
see
about
here.
Feelings out. Come
No,
on.
Sobi, let's talk about this.
Alright, so like it's gonna be Atlanta versus Boston. I wanna make them a little less. I wanna make them a little less. So it's gonna be Atlanta versus Boston, right? And I truly think it's a new meta. So I think that's one of the biggest things you have to like realize is it's a completely different composition, and a lot of the teams that have been playing, it feels like they either know the meta really well or they don't. And that's how you saw a lot of early losses happening. Like, you saw Shock versus Dallas, and I was just like blown away. I'm like, why is Dallas playing Brawl? Like, they have Hanbin, who's insane at Sigma. Why are they playing Brawl? Like, that made just zero sense to me. I was so confused. And then, like, Florida London, that was really close. I don't think it should have been that close. I think that should have just been London's take away. And then even New York versus Washington, you know, that was like sort of not really close. I think that was like, again, Washington's take away. Like, it feels like certain teams are have a different take on the meta. And if the question is, can they get it to work or can they not? And I think that's what we're hopefully going to see here today is Atlanta versus Boston, is what is Boston's take on the meta, as well as, and I hope their Boston's playing Crimzo, because in my opinion, he just does so much. It doesn't make sense to not run him. So we'll sort of have to see what happens there.
Crazy shots, or finale actually on Echo was pretty impressive as well. Yeah, but on the other hand, London Spitfire. They proved me again that I love London. Yeah, I love London.
Back on it.
Yeah, London.
Switch apart.
London.
I mean, clearly what they defined
Hear what they're saying.
as their approach did not work out, and they had nothing to fall back
What
on,
do you
which
guys
is very
think? Who do you
unfortunate.
guys think is going to win
However,
this?
showed us some great looks at their backline looking absolutely unkillable, and of course their tanks stepping it up as well as their GTS players. So like, just the entire squad is on fire right now. We do have one more match now happening in just a little bit. Actually, we have two more matches. I made it sound like this is the last one. It's the second match of the day, and that one will be fought out between the Atlanta Reign and the Boston Uprising. Now, we across the board went for Atlanta Reign. How can Boston get an upset here, Reinforced?
How can Boston get an upset?
No Zarya.
No Zarya.
No win.
Dude.
I think
another win.
Put Crimzo in, have a better understanding of the meta, and maybe adapt really well. I think a lot of this first week is 100% adapting. And you saw how Landon was essentially talking about, like, you saw he was talking about understanding, like, into different compositions and how to play around it. I think that fundamental is so important in the first week, because you have no idea what people are going to roll out on. You can assume that, hey, like, you know, maybe you could run it out, like maybe they're going to run this because maybe you're gonna run this because they have like a Winston main. Like I would expect like I'd expect Toronto to run Winston because they have Muse, and Muse is like a really strong Winston player. That's what he's known for, so it makes sense. But 3 wins for Atlanta and Glads. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it.
He's supposed to take this opportunity and really grab it. So I think that Boston Uprising is a coordinated team. I think they proved with their star composition that they understand the micro stuff when it comes to compositions, and they can figure that out. So if they want to adapt, take new ways, adapt new strategies, who's to say that they can't be a really good Sigma team when it comes to like long-range hit scan and stuff like that? I think a lot of players on the Boston Uprising have something to prove. You know, especially after Striker departed the team, who was supposed to be the star player for this team. But I think they could prove a difficult matchup with the Atlanta Reign. But the Atlanta Reign are very favored, and they have Kai, Danny.
Yeah. Oh, you took my line.
They have Kai. They have Kai, and we all know Kai is like easily like one of the best players. So yeah.
I was gonna say, but Kai though.
But Kai though.
But
Kai though.
That's always a good point to make. Now, but yeah, anything is possible. We haven't seen either of the team play
Anything is
so
possible.
far. It actually is. That's actually how it is. We haven't seen either team play so far in this new, not quite established meta yet. So I'm very interested to see what they're running out of the gates with. And for all the action, we're gonna head over to our casters, Uber and Mr. X.
Okay. So what I'm really curious about is the map choices and what Atlanta ends up running, because they have really strong players.
No, this is one of my shirts. I like this shirt. What's wrong with it? It's a little camo, like
even this in my shirts. It's exactly the kind of you stole my wardrobe.
Well, I want to wear these shirts.
This is really funny, actually. Let's see if I can move the camera a little bit so it doesn't mess with stuff.
Also,
here.
we have to decide on another episode of is Danny's outfit.
Oh no, it's one piece. It's
that's a one piece.
Mate,
the shorts just match way too
if
well.
Danny goes to the bathroom, it's very inconvenient. I'm telling you, that is one piece. I will die on that hill, 100%. Matt.
I want to go in some in-depth fights too and like talk about certain things that like Atlanta did really well, or maybe things that could have done better, or talk about Boston's maybe just feeding, or maybe some interesting plays Boston does. I'm really excited.
Yeah, that's what it is. I love it. Look,
and it's nice too because it's like the full proper like stream, so like you can just fully watch it.
You got anything else?
Talk about the game, Mitch.
Don't have to like watch the owl thing if you don't want to. I mean, you can if you want, but
you know what's so insane, Matt, is that we have a team here in Atlanta who go all the way to like the lower bracket finals in Dallas. They're ranked 9th out of technically 13 right now, because 3-3 in that last stage was only good for being in the lower half of the Western region. That's how competitive.
I'm also really excited that they signed Silence. People who don't know who Silence is, Silence was with Rain for like I don't know how many seasons. Like season 1, he was back in, he was like OG Atlanta when Atlanta was like Atlanta Academy and then last night's Leftovers. He's been around for a really long time. He took a break because of health, and now he's back. And I think that's gonna be quite good.
Where you saw once it got to land,
so I'm very excited to see him back.
They worked Gator into the lineup,
and he's essentially working like part-time, so
I'm not worried about
it makes sense to bring him up
in the slightest. We'll see their starting lineup today. They'll start Venom and Hawk, so that tells you they're going to be playing some Tracer.
They're definitely going to be playing Tracer, yeah. I mean, I think Tracer meta is very good. Dude, this like webcam is like very annoying. I don't know where to put it.
Getting over to Hawaii, that was still the only travel that was sort of able to be done. And you know, this team obviously really had to put in the miles, and they competed up against that Eastern region sort of more than once. This may well be the time for the Atlanta Rain to kick it up another notch, right? You mentioned Venom coming in. We've seen him on the Tracer. It's clear that he's a Tracer specialist, but whether he's going above and beyond his sort of expectations right now remains to be seen. With all this Sojourn, though, we're seeing, Matt, Kaya seems like he's once again going to be in his element, another meta that favors him. And we know the Hawk Sigma was a huge
because like if Kai ends up playing Ashe, he'll do well. If he plays Sojourn, he'll end up doing well. Like in my opinion, like whoever, like this meta, I feel like should go well for Atlanta because they have a strong Tracer player, they have a strong Sojourn player. If they decide to play Sigma-based comps, then Hawk will also get value. So Hawk's a good Sigma. So I think it'll end up working well.
Specifically with Kai now being able to play the Sojourn like you mentioned.
Hey Robert, hey Striker.
That's going to be a huge addition for this team. And then also with the supports, right? They're able to play just about anything. So I think...
Yeah, I definitely think UV and OG are probably the most flexible support line currently.
Dubbed a professional team, the kind of players that would never steal each other's broadcast attire. It's the Boston
Faith, Crimzo, it's all Victoria Valentine.
Here. It's going to be Itzal starting at tank.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll be in to start to tank today. We saw Punk.
Are they playing Winston-based comp? So they're playing Sigma. I'd assume they'd play Punk. They're putting Itzel in. I'm assuming they're gonna play Winston, but it starts with Koth, right? So
you figure that in a
this will be interesting to see.
That shows Sigma, right? You would have Punk as he's traditionally more of an off-tank player, but we'll see what Itzel brings to the table.
Yeah, this will be interesting.
That was our expectation. I think Johnny sort of touched on it.
I think one other thing that's like really like critical is like it's so hard for OWL players to practice right now. You have to realize that it's insanely difficult because of the fact that there's no comp. So it's very difficult.
Less aggressive. Definitely preferred to take less aggressive angles when he picked Widow on maps like Gibraltar and such. Not in this series, of course, as the map pool is going to be preset. It's not loose.
So Oasis starts.
But there's still opportunities to bring in.
Oh, Ball. They're going to play ball-based comps. They're 100% going to play ball-based comps. That makes sense now. Okay.
3, that's when those Sigma, those hit scan-based compositions
that makes perfect sense.
But for the time being, we're going to be hitting here onto...
So they're going to play Ball. Atlanta, I don't know if they're going to play. I could see them playing some type of like Brig Zen, some type of like
I want to see what Boston
That
put
stuff.
on here. The Wrecking Ball would be fascinating.
Hawk is one of the better Doomfists, so I wouldn't be surprised if they do play
Amongst
Doomfist.
some teams, Atlanta could end up playing.
Let's
this
see what
Doomfist.
they end
We've
up
seen
running
Hawk play that
here.
throughout. We saw a little
I
bit
mean,
of Diva yesterday.
this is an interesting map with Sojourn. It has long sight lines, so it's a little bit tricky here, but I think you can still get a value out of it.
We both expect to play the Sojourn.
Bab Zen,
We've seen teams
sure, makes sense
really good
if
use
you
of,
want to.
the
A little
newest
risky.
hero, that's playable
Because again, like the
now.
map sight lines, the map's pretty long.
And I think you're gonna see a lot of teams.
Is Victoria gonna go
towards
Tracer?
Sojourn. She seems
Interesting.
really
So they're gonna
strong
play
right
like almost like OG
Here
ball
we go.
comp.
One
Bab
hero
Zen
that the
comp,
Ryan never
so
really
that's a little
wanted to
weak
play
to
was the
dive
Wrecking Ball last
into
year.
their
They really
dive.
tried
So
to
it's
play
really
against
crucial
it,
here
counter it.
that
They
like
didn't wanna
it's
have
really
a
crucial
drop
here
back
that
play style
essentially
themselves.
Atlanta looks to
Don't
keep their
expect
backline
to see
alive.
here from Hawk.
And Hawk and Venom have to really
Doomfist
control
here.
space here, while Kai basically tries to get picks because they have hit scan damage. That's
That's
like the biggest like value they have to look for. So you can see Hawk here playing around point and like looking to do stuff and just chill. And Venom's doing the same thing. And Kai's looking for these soft angles to try and charge up his thing and then look for like a pick.
Can't exactly just get up to the high
So he almost got a pick there, and Venom got to pick up Victoria, which is actually because of Kai. So this is exactly how they should be playing it. They're just controlling space, letting their support sort of like spam, and letting Kai sort of just have space he needs. So this is really good. What's my opinions on Mikey? Also, do you guys prefer like casters off or on? I'm like legitimately curious. Whatever you guys prefer, I'll do. But I think he's an interesting pickup. I'm curious why they didn't look at Lulshish. I know that like Mikey has a lot of friends on that roster, so like instantly there's going to be like synergistic value, which honestly might be that good like mid-season to do. I think he's not a bad option. There's not many options that you can just pay save visas and just go with. I mean, it's pretty much Gig, Mikey, Lulshish. So and Lulshish you had to fly international, so it would take time.
I think you can recognize from this, and then I think players also recognize.
Babs and high ground. This is actually really smart because they have Tracer Sombra and they have no range damage. So putting Babs and high ground is actually really strong here. Normally I don't like it, but because there's no range damage, it doesn't make sense. So putting Babs on high ground here, very smart decision. And now again, just like exactly what I'm saying, right? Kai's just holding space, and you see Venom and sort of Venom and Hawk just like literally just trying to like hold lanes, and Kai just roam and look for picks. He gets his forced out here. Victoria's 1 HP. Kai gets a pick again, and this is the name of the game. What's crazy to me too is it feels like Victoria itself and Valentine aren't actually diving UV and OG at all. It feels like they're either just getting hard to die or they're just not proactively doing anything. Because like they have a Sombra, you don't have to play so passive. Like I mean, maybe they're trying to play a counter Hawk, but I don't think that's the move. You have a Brave, you don't need to play the counter Hawk. You should be looking to set up proactive dives, look to dive UV and OG. And if you get a hack on Hawk, great. You get a hack on Venom, great. That's bonus. But you should be looking to hard punish our backline, and they're not doing that. Now they have EMP, great. Let's see what they do with that. I mean, UV has Tramp, so it shouldn't have a good issue. And then Kai can off angle with his ult and get a lot of value. They just solo. Oh my god, he got actually rolled! He got rolled! Oh my god! What a way to escape, man! That is way too funny. When is it starting? It should be on right now. What do you mean? When is this starting? Should be on right now. I mean, this should be free. I feel bad for Crimzo, man. It feels like his team is just like not doing what they need to do. Dude, that was hilarious. The great escape by Hawk. That should be called the Great Escape. That is just way too funny. Literally solo EMP'd. He was hacked. He literally was hacked. He used the corner plate environment really well, and it was just a solo Sombra, so no one was there to follow up, and he just ulted after the hack was gone. He was totally hacked. It's the fact that Boston did not have a proactive dive set for that EMP, and Valentine thought he could solo kill, or he thought Victoria was there. Big mistake. Big mistake.
A lot of damage from the Uprising's comp. I mean, Wrecking Ball, his buff is...
So that was definitely disappointing, I'd say.
Obviously
so,
involved, but the hack is so short duration, it's really hard to catch a team in a position
you also
where
get the
there's
bonus
definitely
damage
double
from hacking now too, right?
Okay, so Hawks, I mean, there's same comp as Valentine's playing Echo. That's gonna be interesting. I feel like Sojourn does a lot of pressure on Echo. Oh, huge nade on Crimzo. Whoa, UV. I also love here how, like, the one thing I gotta commend OG on, and I don't think the casters talk about it a lot. Nothing against them talking about it. I think it's something that people don't notice. OG is very good at min-maxing Lucio's potential. He knows when to peel. He knows when to be aggressive. He knows when he needs to play to control space. He does all of that really, really well. And I don't think there's actually a Lucio that does it as well as him, even Bunny Astro. I think Bunny Astro is mechanically probably better. But I don't think he min-maxes the hero playstyle-wise as well as OG does.
That sort of very hostile anti-ball backline anymore. They're just favoring the mobility, and
then, like I said, Kai's just gonna constantly roam. You saw him at the start of this fight. Look for a pop shot. Now he's got his railgun shot. Look for a pick. He almost gets it. What's also nice about this railgun shot is you can hit a shot, and then like your tracer can just follow up on it and get the kill. And even if it's not like a one-tap, then Tracer follows up, you get value. Doom follows up, you get value.
Nothing that the Wrecking Ball can do.
What's up, Waddy? Ball comps return agony. Oh my god. I think it's only like certain teams. It depends on the map too. Kai gets a pick on Crimzo. Dude, this is like
from the Atlanta Rain.
I definitely feel like Boston is just struggling to dive, and literally our backline is just doing insane. They're just they have so much space, which is inherently allowing our DPS to do so much.
This defense, this positional hold just solidifies.
And I mean, you see OG.
And I really like how you see how close and up forward Venom's playing. He's so aggressive. He's not giving anyone any move or any room to do anything. They nanoed Hawk here. Hawk gets a kill. They have to trade backlines here because they lost their backline. I think it was the first time ever they lost their backline. Okay. Kai, you got beat. You can turn this. You can turn this. It's a little tricky though. It's a 3v4. They do go for the beat. They have spawn ad because they died first. So there's the beat. The problem is Faith has beat as well as Crimzo has nano. So it's gonna be tricky here to turn this. Kai's gonna have to pop off, or Venom's gonna have to get a pick. That's essentially what's gonna have to happen here. Or OG gets a pick. Okay. Or OG gets a pick and Hawk gets 2 picks. That is, that works too. That works too. And what's great about this is Atlanta backed up and baited Boston in, and Boston just overextended with their squishies, and they just died. Kai probably shouldn't have died there.
How long can he actually realistically stall this for? Is he's gonna try and get out?
I think actually they'll do a lot better. A lot better with Dub. I think Glister was not the pickup. I think makes a lot more sense. Okay. But yeah, do you guys want casters or you guys don't want casters? I'm legitimately curious. So notice how this guy just literally just hard. Oh, get the kill on Valentine. Oh, the beat's there. This will be okay. I don't. That's like a risky pulse there because he's like trying to turn the fight, but they're down so many. And the problem is if you pulse when the fight's already over. That just sucks because pulse is like a pick ult. So it's so good to have like at the start of the fight.
That ends up taking out Venom as well.
No casters? Okay. Casters gone. Oh wait, I have to refresh the feed because I want game sound. Okay, I'll do that after this map. I'll do this after this map. Okay. Rather share me. That's fine. I'll do it after this map. Give me a second.
They're gonna go right to the high ground.
Wait till this map is done. How did they walk up that much? I felt like Atlanta just walked up without clearing things there. That was a little risky, and I think they got punished for it. Curious what happened there. I missed that.
Can start to double down here. Now they have a chance to make this map.
See that pulse? Why are you pulsing there, man? The fight is over. There's like one person on point. Why are you pulsing? That is a habit so many tracers do. Oh wait, did Atlanta get picks? Oh, maybe it wasn't over. Maybe Atlanta got some picks to turn it. But still, regardless, that was a really bad pulse.
And they get Victoria.
Oh, that was a sick shot by UV on Valentine midair.
Unsure how that happened. Defying gravity of the Atlanta Rain. That's
wow.
Ridiculous. Boston capitulate in a split second. They were in a decent spot.
Venom's doing a decent amount of work.
And all of a sudden it all goes wrong.
And that just looks like it. Can you lower the casters a bit? I mean, I can just turn off the casters. I can make them like this, or I can turn off the casters. It's whatever you guys want, but let me know soonish because I have to replace the feed.
Looked uncertain to start, and they took too long to get going.
And I think what you really have to like if you're an Atlanta fan is that
so one more person gives their opinion on if you want casters or not. Let me know.
Right, where in this case you're playing Doomfist, but like these aggressive, fast-paced.
That again, I feel like Boston just isn't playing the right comp and the right playstyle into what Atlanta's running. They just have to be a lot harder and more proactive on hitting the backline. However, it is a long series and there's going to be more maps, so I'm curious to see how Boston tries to adapt. Dude, I'm not even gonna lie, like that solo EMP on Hawk was one of the funniest things I think I've ever seen before. That was just absolutely hilarious. Yeah, I don't know why. Well, I know why. Yeah, like I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. Let's see here. Oh, I'm down with Natter caster. We all want you, no casters. Okay. All right, I'm gonna fix that. Give me 1 second. Casters. Let's see here. 1 second. Let's see, I'm trying to figure out a way to do this so it looks a little bit. There we go. Oh, I need sound. 1 minute. There we go. Oh, there we go. Okay, perfect. Are you happy Glister is gone? I am. Again, I don't. First of all, I haven't like worked with Dove as much as like Faustus or like some of the other coaches he's worked with, but I know Dove, and he's someone who has grinded throughout the scene, like legitimately grinded. He was an okay player, you know, in GOATS playing Zarya. After that fell off, he like dropped because he wasn't like a hard aimer. Then he grinded his way back up to being a hard aimer, and then he became a really good player, and he worked so hard for it. He really deserves it. Let it rain, baby. #1 fan. Let's go. Let's go, OG. Hey, Robert. Oh, man. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do, chat, is I'm going to do, like, whenever I'm free, if I don't have work, obviously, I will be doing these co-streams, is the plan. I want to, you know, get involved more and, like, do more things and, Alright. 1 second. I'm checking something. So, what is the next map gonna go to? What are the other... So, Atlanta, what else is Atlanta? So, Atlanta plays Dallas tomorrow. What are your guys' thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on that? Oh, this is a... Alright, their roster... This whole reveal is, like, nuts. This is, like, so cool. What I also like is that Al is, like, showing these things to, like, promote the teams more. I think that's just great. The Nero with a little Torb hammer. I think it is quite clean. Like, it's just so clean, man. But yeah, I think Atlanta versus Dallas is going to be a really interesting series. I still just can't believe Dallas is actually running Brawl, man. That was an insane kill. And, like, I don't think anyone can deny that Hawk is probably one of the best Doomfists in the league right now. First of all, because not many people are running Doomfist. Second of all, the people that are, like, Shock tried to mirror Atlanta in Doomfist, and they just failed miserably on King's Row. And that just, like, shows that it's sort of like a London effect, where it's like, oh, we're gonna try and mirror you on Brawl, and then London just beats them. I think, like, trying to mirror, like, Atlanta and a Doomfist is just not a good idea. It's the comp they play, it's the comp they're good at. So, this is interesting, because they got Punk in, so they're gonna play Sigma, they got MCD in, they're definitely gonna be playing Sigma, Bap Zen, probably. Or, like, Brig Zen, I'm assuming. Well, actually, Fate's really good at Brig, so they probably wouldn't be playing Brig. I think they'll play Bap Zen. So this will be interesting to see what they end up going with here. Hey, Charlie. Or babe. Love you. Dallas gets rolled. Figure out the meta. Yeah. I think that's the name of Dallas, though, right? Like, they've always been a team, and it's like the Rush effect, is what I'd say. Like, again, I always look at OG Paris when, like, Third Impact used to scrim Paris a lot, and I'd always be like, Paris Shock. Those are the two teams we faced, and I was like, their fundamentals were just so good. And it's just because they drill a comp that they find a comp they like. Once they find the comp they like, they just drill it and get insanely good at it, better than anyone else. And they know how to play it versus everything. And that idea works. It just sucks when you just don't, your comp isn't correct at the start. And to be honest, that happened to Atlanta at the start of last season. Everyone's like, oh, Atlanta sucks, Atlanta's bad. No, they were just getting cheesed because they didn't know how to play against Brawl because no one was playing versus Brawl, as well as maybe the comps they were starting with weren't the best. That happens. When we had hero bans a long time ago, or feels like a long time ago, the same thing happened there too. We had teams that were just like not understanding the meta or didn't understand how to play it well enough, and then they just got rolled. So, oh really, Jordan? I did not know that. That's actually really cool that they use that. So this is interesting. I don't think any other team so far we've seen has played Bat Brig. So what this instigates is that obviously it's really interesting because they can essentially brawl more. And this is really interesting because they can brawl more. They have Lamp to live, as well as they have packs to give Venom, Hawk, and then they can hit Inspire. And Inspire is, like, Brig is obviously good versus Tracer. Enemy team doesn't have any flankers, so they're going to have to force probably inherent brawls here. Hawk looks to go in. He gets stunned. Oh, Kai gets a pick on Crimzo. Oh my god. And here's the brawl I was talking about. See how they just pushed in? They literally used the mini grab. They pushed in, they lamped forward, and they just brawled and killed everybody. And then Victoria's really smart here for looking for a pick here. Victoria did get a pick on Venom, I think. And this works out really well because Venom can hold off angles with packs from OG and just do a lot. So I think this is where they end up brawling, maybe. Oh, there's a... Whoa, what a pick on Crimzo, man. Alright, who is this? Is that... Punk and Valentine just fed there. Why would you play it in an enclosed area like that? That makes 0 sense. 0 sense. Oh, Venom got picked off again. He needs to play slower. He needs to play slower and just play for more control space. Kai might die here too. Oh, it's a really awkward spot. That's unlucky. Yeah, they just got picked off. Might be able to turn it around though. Oh, Kai got 2. Oh, Hawk died. It's 2v2 maybe? Oh, he's 1 HP. Oh my god, the flanks! The actual flanks. What? They got webbed so hard, man. Boston just walked up and didn't clear angles. They just got rolled. And the funny thing about Boston's comp is it doesn't control angles. It's very... I mean, you can maybe have Hanzo flank. You can maybe have Echo flank. But both those heroes versus Tracer. Hanzo might be good versus Tracer. But Echo versus Tracer, that's just not... It's not going to work well. So... Very interesting here. Yeah. I will coach you to Battle and Brew tomorrow. I got you. Tell your friends. Dude, this is... Oh my god, the in-air again. That's so sick. That is so sick. Actually nuts. But yeah, essentially BAP, I mean, I think it's more than just this first point being enclosed. I even think on range maps you can still get value because BAP's damage, if you position correctly, it does a lot of damage. And UV is obviously a mechanically strong player. So I think he can get away with it. I think they're going to go for an early brawl here. I have a feeling because they almost got rally, maybe. Or maybe Venom just looking for a pick. He's just going for an early pick. Oh, he almost gets it. So like something like that, if he, like there it is. See, that's a simple dive. Venom goes in, Doomfist comes up, and they're just dead. And what's even, again, like I keep mentioning, what's even better is Kai can just have a charge shot, long range, and get value. And look at this insane lamp here. Hawk was gonna die, but because of the lamp, he lives. And he just goes on an off angle, lives on like using some natural environment, and then he just goes forward. How the team ends up kiting to angles is putting Boston in a really weird position. Boston 100% should have got Victoria off Hanzo and gone Tracer. Like, it's not even a question. Like, that adaptation should have been made, like, instantly. It was a really big mistake by Boston. Like, they're just losing map control. And they're losing every fight they're up 1 or 2, they just lose to angles because they don't clear angles. Like, look at Hawk taking this aggressive angle here. Nobody's even clearing him out. How is he able to hold that angle and nobody clear him out? That shouldn't happen. And look at Kai here again. All right, well now, oh, rolled, absolutely rolled in the one-on-one. Oh my god, dude, absolutely rolled. that was insane, man. That was actually nuts. You get absolutely dipped. Absolutely diffed. Well, is it either nothing to peel or nothing to trade? Yeah. I mean, they're just literally just hardcore spamming, and it feels like they're just not getting any value out of it. Like, it feels so minimal. Destroyed? Yeah, I'm loving it too. Let's say, I mean, like, just look at this off angle, man. Like, look at this. Look at that flick. That is just so clean. And this other, like, look at this flick on. This replay is actually just nuts, man. This replay is just, it is done so well. That replay was done beautifully. Again, like I said, it's like, can you adapt? Is Boston adapting? No, they are not. They are just running the same thing. They're running May now. Maybe not force a Brawl? Wait, did that look right? That did not look right to me. It looked like he was zoomed in when he wasn't. Okay. Again, look, they literally push together, take a left side of the map, and immediately play for lane control. Although Lamp's forced really early from UV, and Venom gets picked. They do get a trade. Kai kills Lamp. Kai's got an off angle. He almost gets MCD. Victoria's won. He's looking for the pick. Like, look at that angle he's getting, man. Like, to me, like, it's just over. Like, even though they got a pick so early, like, the angles they're getting, and they're just a map control they're taking, is just absolutely rolling them, man. Like, my god. This is like an L, man. Massive L. I feel bad for Boston right now. Oh. Well, like, honestly, what if you were a Boston fan right now? How would you be feeling? Like, it'd be rough, man. Like, And I think a lot of this, like I said, is really understanding the meta and really adapting. Are they playing? Oh, this is a different one. Look at that shot on Crimzo, man. I have no idea why Punk pushed in there. That's an enclosed area. You're playing into a bat brig. That is just, you should play playing wide. You have a spam-based comp. You should have pushed left. If you pushed left, that fight could have maybe gone differently. Maybe. And also, because that you notice, the tempo they're playing is just so much faster. Boston is constantly having to react, and they're just struggling with it. They're just absolutely struggling. And that's another issue. That's another massive issue. They just can't do that. You need to be adapting. Oh. I made a promise to grab my cat and show on stream, so I will grab one of my cats, chat, and show on stream. What do you have timing? Okay, there's special guest has arrived. Hello, Aurora. What do you think of this match? Aurora hates being held, for those of you who do not know her. She is not happy with it and she hates it, so she'll always look away from me. But then I do this, and then she can't look away from me. But yeah, I love her to pieces. She's a very like what do you call it? Independent cat. So she'll sort of just do like, you know, whatever she wants to do. Oh, and she left. But yeah. Oh. Man. So I'm like curious. It's halftime, right? If I'm a Boston coach, I'm like, okay, this is what's happening. This is how we're losing. This is how we need to adapt. Now let's see if they actually go about it. Or are they just going to stick to it and just keep running the same thing? If you watch the previous series, that's basically what Toronto was doing. When they were playing Winston, they didn't change a hero. They could have easily gone and maybe gotten a Tracer instead of a Sombra because they weren't getting that much value. But they didn't do it. They held the guns and they just forced it through. And some teams really feel that like, oh, you know, one map, you know, we're losing, but, you know, maybe we're not executing something correctly. You know, we're fine. Like, go next map, we can maybe win. But I definitely think there is the understanding of, like, understanding why you're losing. And if another hero could do that better, it's just super important. Oh. Man. Oh. The music is also nice. So who's here excited for Overwatch 2 beta? I'm like excited, and I think it's gonna be good. I'm excited to play a new hero and do content related to new hero. I am also excited for the new support hero that'll probably come out. The beta is really short though, which sort of sucks. It like literally ends July 18th, they're saying. I hope they extend it and at least do it to the end of July. Because I think that's like, wait, Striker's still on here, but he's not actually on the team anymore. This is sort of an L. It should maybe be edited out, possibly. It's a little weird. Oh. Very OG Boston. But yeah, I think it's gonna be good. One thing they said, I think it was 9 weeks for a new season, and every other season you're gonna have a new hero. So that's 18 weeks. That feels like a lot. That definitely feels like a lot. Which sort of is a little concerning to me. Like, that's like 4 a month. Like, sorry, not 4 a month, 4 a year, roughly. Or a little, sorry, 3 a year, technically. It's 4 months, every 4 months, so roughly. So it's like 3 heroes a year. Like, is that actually good? I don't know. Like, I feel like 3 heroes a year still isn't necessarily enough. It's, like, good, but, like, it could be better. I love how Super is in front and then Space is there. This art is actually really good. They did a really, really, really good job. I think they can, though, because I think they've prepped so much that I think actually a lot of the heroes are actually already done. I just think they haven't been balanced properly. Like, I think I have a feeling the Fox hero is already done. I have a feeling also the next hero is also already done. I'm hoping and thinking, but I have a feeling that they should be fine. Yeah, dude, 1 per year would be awful. That would just be so bad. So now Fate's coming in, so they're playing Lucio probably, or Brig. Punk's staying in, so probably Sigma. And by literally just looking at people who are in, you can like figure out literally what people are running. We don't know yet, Robert. We don't know. I'm pretty sure it's Overwatch 2 though, because everyone's getting like the passes or whatnot. Or sorry, contender teams already have Overwatch 2, but like it hasn't been like officially announced. But like, yeah. And the reason why, by the way, Sojourn is getting a lot more value is because, again, they're playing faster and they're getting more angles. It's not necessarily that, like, Hanzo's necessarily a bad pick. It's just that the tempo difference is Boston's not playing to their tempo difference. I think it's 3 a year, not 4. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I think 3 could be better. I feel like Apex does more, though. I feel like Apex does more. Brig Zen, Valentine, Genji, Victoria Widow, Punk Sigma, spam-based Brawl, control space. This will be interesting. Venom will go Tracer, Kyle play Widow, Bap Zen, Hawk. I think Hawk will play Sigma here. Is he gonna play Doom? That'd be interesting if he plays Doom here. I feel like he'd probably play Sigma. Hawk is doing so well in the Doomfist though, man. Like, man, he's doing so well. Okay. Yeah, Hawk goes Sigma. Kyle looks for a pop shot here. Again, they have the Bat Brig, which is, again, something different. Not many teams have run this. And again, it's very brawly, so they can go really aggressive. Like, look how OG just bashes in there. Most Brigs wouldn't do that. But again, like, they can do that because they have Lamp. See, now they have Lamp reactively, and, like, they can just live. And OG gets too. Like, that Brawl capability is just so strong. People who want to play slow just can't do anything. Like, it is so strong. Like, I think the only way that Boston wins this is they go May. That makes sense. So now Boston's trying to inherently play a better Brawl. But I think if they wanted to do that, what they should have done is they should have also maybe gotten a Bat. This will be interesting. Now it's going to be really important to force this May Cryo, but OG can honestly flail the May out, or OG can force Cryo really early. And Hawk's always there to shield. Notice how OG's playing that side angle, just holding a corner and getting a lot of, like, good value. Venom's holding the right angle, poking from the side, looking for Pulse going on the Widow, giving Kai a lot of space. Victoria's 1. Victoria's dead. Victoria should die here. Okay, Victoria's dead. OG died. That May's 1, no Cryo. Huge Pulse from behind! Again, like, notice there, like, Atlanta feels so much more composure in mid-fights than Boston does. Oh, well, maybe you lose because of the rally. Maybe. Depends. A little tricky here. Oh, Victoria got to pick on Venom. Victoria, I will say, is doing a really good job shutting down Venom. Like, he did it on Hanzo, and he's doing it again on Widow. I think it's like that Venom maybe could work on a little bit more is, like, watching ranged LOS. Hard to compare with Overwatch ones, but yeah. Okay. Kai lives. Went for an aggressive play, but in terms of ults, they only have... Atlanta has, like, Window, almost Rally, Flux. Crimso's got Trance. Like, you basically Flux, Force Trance, and you go really aggressive. Wow, he just kills Victoria midair. Kai gets a pick. That's probably just it. That's just it. Yeah, they're just dead. Absolutely just demolished. Again, like, there, I feel like they need to have one person set to stall cart, which should be Valentine, and again, they just play angles and spam. They make it very hard for Venom to do anything, and then they just get more value out of the fact that they can... Oh, I guess it's actually really difficult. That playstyle won't even work. Because they're just going to force point, and then Venom will just win by forcing point, and get more resources. Valentine won't be able to win that one-on-one when... maybe they will. I don't know. It's a tricky situation. Because Punk like, won't be able to hold as much space. He'll get forced out. Okay. So, Atlanta's got Rally, Pulse. Boston's got Sights, Mail. This will be a really interesting fight for Boston. Like, that Mail, it's really important. I'm curious to see how Atlanta plays around this. Oh, it's a really aggressive grapple. Ooh. Okay, there's a Flux. Rally for Flux. There's a Mail. Mail doesn't really... Oh, gets a few people. Lamp goes in. Yeah, they end up winning off the Mail. Yeah, it's tricky. I mean, Kai could have maybe gone for a more aggressive angle, but I think it's just difficult. Just a hard fight to win. You have no easy way of dealing with that. The only way is you maybe you CD stack, or you maybe like shield Lamp or something, and approach it like that. Okay. And Venom's just farming again for another pulse bomb, pressuring tanks. He saw someone flanking there, so he's pressuring Valentine out. Valentine can't go on the back line. Okay. Again, like, just look how aggressive they are in the Brawl, man. It feels like it just doesn't give Crimzo enough time to get, like, actual value on Zen. That's a pretty big flux. They're gonna die. They did dead. There's a rally coming out of Fate that might actually save them. I think the rally ends up saving them. Yeah, the rally ends up saving them. Unlucky. Unlucky. I feel like Venom's not able to get the value he needs here. It's really difficult this part of the map because there's actually like really only like 2 lanes, and because of that, it's really hard to really touch their backline. You pretty much are like pressuring their tanks, which isn't as valuable. Yeah, I guess that's fair. This is gonna be a difficult fight too. Valentine did swip off the Mei. Oh, he got picked off. That's not good. That's really bad. He got picked off too. So it just feels like they're struggling to take space right now. And because of ult, it's a little bit more tricky too. Boston sort of had like an inherent ult advantage. The only time we didn't was that last fight, but then Faith ended up building Rally, which was just really big. They need to look to make a play here, but even this, I think they lose this fight. Next fight, they look to try and win. Mirror sights, okay. Kai looking to play it slow. Not looking to do anything. Trying to pop someone out of position. Maybe the Tracer. No, have you ever noticed how Kai actually like grapples? He grapples with cover and then only peeks out on the top of cover at the very end. That way he like it maximizes like it's harder for people to actually kill him. That's a huge pick. Oh, Venom got a pick. They traded. A lot of trades happening here. Oh, it's one really long fight. This is unlucky. Alright, Venom can touch. Punk's there. Again, this is the fight they technically win because they have Flux Rally, like I said. This is the fight that they need to win. The other fight went a little too long. Punk's 1 HP. He could maybe die here. I was getting a lot of heals. Okay, there's the Rally from Faith. There's the Flux. OG's low. Big Flux. Punk's got to die here. Punk's dead. They go on Brig. That's really good. You got to kill Faith here. He's squishy. Okay, they're not able to, but Widow's really overextended. Nice. There we go. They're able to win. I think they win this fight. Unless Valentine is an insane pulse, I think they win this. I love here how Hawk pushes forward and goes instantly on the back line. I love that he did that. That was a great decision by him. Just to force them out and like try and get some pick. That was a great move there. Curious if Valentine will swap to Mei again here. Because it's really enclosed. After pulse. Okay. Pushing forward. Victoria gets a pick. They got to play slow here. Hawk's sort of by himself, but OG's there. But they're a bit split off. Oh, that's a bit rough. Hawk's gonna need help. Yeah, Hawk dies there. The OG and Hawk just got USB split there. That's rough. Valentine is... Oh, he's a little overextending there, actually. Some of these pulses are, like, too late fight. Window. This is gonna be a hard fight. I think Kai needs to go for a flank here. Or they need to force a hard brawl and then live after. Because they're just gonna flux. Early window for maybe a pick. Valentine's in. Pulse doesn't get anything. Kai forcing him out. The problem you're gonna have is 100% is that flux. And then they have an aggro trance. I love how Kai's positioning here, how he's playing around the health pack too. Not only does he have like Brigand Spire, but he also has a health pack, making it very hard for someone to kill him. Forces his recall. Dude, this Tracer's just on him, man. Holy shit. The Tracer was just hard on him. He literally was not able to do anything there. Venom had to clear that out, in my opinion. That had to be pressured. This is tricky. They're gonna touch one at a time. They have Rally to go. Yubi's on Lucio. Bring out the Hawk Doom. One person's dead. They zone and force a lot of people out. Again, Valentine's on Kai. Kai's trying to win the one-on-one. I lost it. That's really tricky, man. Especially with that environment that Valentine's getting with that high ground. How he's able to abuse that high ground puts the Widow at a pretty significant disadvantage. So definitely tricky. Definitely tricky. Oh.
Initiating match.
What was I gonna say? Last time Kai played Widow on the last series, the kickoff clash, was very disappointing. It's possible that people are just not understanding how to like counter him. I don't think he's actually playing bad. I just don't think he's actually getting the space he needs. For DPS to do work, like they need space. And if you see how much pressure's on him, it's quite a lot. I think that's like the biggest thing is like a lot of pressure on him. I'm curious if Boston. No, I guess they can swap. They can counter swap base whatever they want to do. Here's if they're gonna roll out on the Mei here. It would make sense because the first choke is quite enclosed, so like running Mei here is good. Victoria looking for that grapple up, not there. Okay, Kai's just chilling, covering an angle, playing a little bit more passive here. That way, this way he can't get grapple shots. Look how aggressive Hawk and OG are. They're literally like so aggro here. I love it. I love it. Hawk gets discorded left. Oh, whoa. Yeah, the Mei wall. They just got Mei walled. I forgot the enemy. Yeah, probably not the best decision. They should have played further back a little bit. Oh, Crimson popped off here. Yeah. Okay, okay. Here's how to work around this. Because the Mei with the Sigma plus the Brig Zen, that's inherently a better duo than Sigma Brig, obviously. Even Sigma Mei, you could maybe say that could also be better. Probably not. I think Sigma Brig's actually better because you could just bash and force cryo. Kai gets a huge pick out here at the start. That's actually a huge pick. And you were doubting him. And you were doubting him. He made the pick when it was needed. Although OG overextends here and dies. Oh, yeah, he did not get traded here. They have low heals. A little risky here. Faith is rally. Venom needs to look for a pulse here. Well, there's a pulse. It's a big pulse. But Atlanta has no heals right now. The Widow's going to be back. That's a really smart move here by Venom. Timing's a little bit risky, though. And because they don't have a Tracer, Venom can definitely do more. Oh, boy. Doesn't have a pack. That was, oh my god. Venom. Venom, like, trying so hard to live there. I don't think OG had a pack there. That was really awkward. That was really awkward. Yeah, you could definitely see here that, like, the Mei is creating an issue for Atlanta. That's why they're struggling here. But this is definitely still winnable. The biggest thing here Atlanta needs to do is they need to be able to stabilize. They need to be able to win one of these fights, preferably on second. If not second, obviously third, common sense, but preferably on second. If they take an early fight here, force ultimates, then win the next fight, that's also valid, or they get some picks here. That's like the basic idea they need to be looking for. Again, they're trying to force these lane wars. It's a little bit difficult. Okay, nice lamp. Ooh, Victoria gets a pick on UV. Hawk's 1 HP. Okay. Gets picked. It's tricky, man. Very tricky. I mean, one way that they could definitely counter their comp, by the way, is to Venom just go Mei. But, like, Venom Mei, I'm not sure how comfortable he is on that role. But this is the fight they want to win here. They window first. It forces Widow sights. There's Flux forces Trance. They have Mail. That Mail's going to be hard. Hawk's able to live with a pretty nice grasp here. He's getting run over, though. The lamp to keep him up. He dies. That Mei wall, man. The Mei wall, again, the Mei wall is just doing so much to make it very, very, very hard. It's basically making it a faster gameplay. Where in a sense now, like what's happening is Crimzo basically is looking for Discord to just kill instead of spam, and essentially Faith is the same exact way. Even if you lamp, they're just trying to kill. And this is my favorite teammate direct in the community also. What's up, Tretch? How you doing, man? Okay, this is 4 minutes here, one fight. A little tricky. Boston has Rally here. Venom has Pulse. You get a Pulse on Break or Trozen. That's huge, obviously. Venom's looking for it. He looks to pressure Cart. He also has Pulse. He's got to do both. You notice how Valentine is Orb here. What a pick by Kai. OG dies, though. Venom trying to stick on point. The Rally, they're swapping point in and out. Okay. Nice stick. Ooh. That was rough, man. That was rough. It's okay. We turn it around, guys. We turn it around. We turn it around. That's not a strat you can pull off on every single map. It's not a strat you can pull off on every single map. Oh. 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 Man. Reverse sweep time? Nah. Atlanta's got this. Atlanta's got this, guys. Not even a question. Again, like, I feel like as long as they understand how to play against that Mei and they do some type of counter pick, I think they'll be fine. The Mei idea is a good swap, and I'm glad Boston actually adapted instead of some other teams that sort of just stand there and don't do anything. But, you hush, yeah. Yeah, you tell him. You tell him. Oh. I would say it depends on the map, honestly, because some maps may not even get value. So the biggest thing is if it's a map, then Atlanta won't have to worry. You might have to worry about, like, if Boston does something else. Maybe they try and force, like, a hard brawl. I think one of Atlanta's answers could be is try and force it inherently a little bit slower. But honestly, when they have Sojourn, I think that it'll be harder for me to get value because Sojourn can take harder angles than Widow. And you can just right-click kill and get picks. It's faster pace. And Mei won't be able to deal with those off angles. When you're playing Mei, if they run Mei Tracer, then fine. But you have Sojourn Tracer. As long as Venom denies the Tracer, then Mei shouldn't do that much. As long as the front line on Atlanta waits for the Tracer to get forced out, so Kai gets value, or they force out Mei to get value. Either of those options will definitely work. You just have to slow down a bit. Oh, later today is Glads versus Vancouver. That's got to be really interesting because DPay was like with Glads, and Glads is obviously one of the better teams. So that's definitely really interesting. Really interesting. Oh, chat, what are you guys eating? What do you guys have for lunch, breakfast, dinner, depending where you guys are? My fiance is making me, she's making steak. Sorry, they're making me steak, so, or not steak, no, ribeye. And it smells really good in the kitchen, and yeah, I'm very excited. So after that, I'm gonna eat that, and then I think I'm gonna chill on Vancouver. I want Vancouver to win, but like, I'll just be honest. If you've actually looked at DPay's, like, nothing against DPay, but if you look at his results, it's definitely difficult. Definitely tricky. He only really got results when, sort of, in my opinion, when they had like an insane roster with like literally all mechanically broken players. Before he was always struggling. Chicken quesadilla, spaghetti. Ooh, chicken quesadilla sounds really good. When I was traveling back yesterday, I got like a Chili's like chicken bacon quesadilla, and oh, it was so good. That's one of Charlie's favorite things is spaghetti. Play tortilla chips. What's up, Dylan? That sounds pretty good. Tortilla chips sounds pretty good. Team manga hoodies. Wait, that's actually a thing? Wait a minute. Overwatch League. Let's see what this is. Manga hoodies. Where are the manga hoodies? Manga collection. Here we go. Interesting. Alright, it's not like... it's like okay. It's like not... It's pretty cool. Thing is, I don't need another hoodie. I have way too many hoodies. Oh. So the next map is push. Depending on the push map, May could definitely be played, but it could definitely struggle though. I think so. I think they should be fine here, honestly. It's Coliseo. May's a bit stronger in Coliseo, I would say, than the other one. The chokes are more inclined. There's a little less off angling. If you force fights in like more open areas, then I think it'll be easier for Atlanta. Curious to see what Atlanta ends up running. I have a feeling Boston's gonna run out of May here. It's ground and background. Which one? Yeah, it's a little weird. I mean, this is like the Overwatch League. I think Atlanta will release merch soon, I'm assuming. I gotta get some Atlanta Rain merch. Yeah, I could see that trench. Holy apps, man. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, like I said, they're gonna run the May. They also have Doomfist though now, so Doomfist, honestly, if they run Doomfist, I think it's gonna be even harder because Doom just punches in and forces May cryo. You're not running Sigma, so I think Doom itself will also give value. If they also play Bab Zen, I also think that itself will also give value because you can just play slower and let Kai get to work. So I think this should just inherently work. You just have the carry getting tapped by Victoria, but Venom is completely free when there's no angles on him, so Venom should be able to contest Victoria. So I actually really like what Atlanta's doing here. This makes perfect sense. I think Boston is expecting something that they shouldn't be. So I think actually the May here is not ideal. No, if you notice, Fate's like hard sticking to Victoria or playing around him. Look how aggressive Kai is, dude. Kai's literally way behind. Look how he's so far behind, man. Oh my god. Yeah, it's just an insane off angle there. Like that's how you have to play it. Boston should have like hard W keyed in. They should have hard W keyed, but they didn't. Want a player agrees, but I don't know how to get one. I think, yeah, it'll come out soon. I can ask. Me and my next coach will have information, but I'm not sure yet. Let's see here. So going into this next fight, Kai's already set up. We're cranking out some damage, getting his railgun shot. Backs up. Hawk's almost back. Victoria swaps to Hanzo. Interesting. Well, I guess Storm Arrow is good against Venom as well as Hawk, so pretty decent option. Notice how Hawk goes in, slams on Valentine, trying to force Cryo. Walls forced. UV, no. Okay. Hawk gets heals. Pulse in. Just misses, man. If that hit, that would have been huge. Oh, ow. Okay. That was unlucky. He misses the pulse, and then, like, there was another target there that was one that if Venom hit, that would have been good. He ends up killing Sigma, though. It's still winnable. He just needs to sort of get a pick here. A little tricky. Oh, gets comes at a 1. They trade. The problem is that Boston here has spawn advantage. It's still winnable. It's just tricky. Oh, that could be big. That could be really big. They forced trance. That's actually... Oh, he's getting body blocked. That's annoying. That was well played by Crimzo. That was quite a nice body block. They just did trade Doomfist for trance, which means UV's going to have a big advantage later on. The biggest thing is stabilizing here. They need to back up stabilize. That's okay. I think you should have maybe died a little bit earlier, but this is fine. Like, the mail is not even a big issue. Like, who are they going to mail? They're going to mail the BAP. Is that in Narnia? Like... Mailed is just so bad. Like, maybe Doom if you know CDs, but that's like tricky to do. Again, Hawk taking space. Like, Victoria 1 HP. A massive follow up there by Venom, but he got packed and rally, so not able to get the thing. Notice how Kai's on an off angle here. Chills here, gets a health pack. He's looking to use his ult, but the rally's there, so he doesn't want to. He chills, gets that. Crimzo gets 2, I think. Or is it just 1? Oh, it's just 1. Punk's 1. There's the ult trying to kill Punk here. Punk 1. Ooh, Valentine's getting value. This is not good. Wow, Valentine's actually doing a lot on Mei here. He's doing a lot more than I thought he'd be able to. He's taking a lot of 1v1s and sort of like just like winning them. Obviously with like break pack, but he's definitely getting value. Kai's not able to find that off angle potential right now. Hawk's 1 HP. There's a dragon. Hawk's gonna die, unfortunately. Victoria gets a pick. So again, you can see his long off angles, man, from Kai. They're just not getting any value. He's not getting the options to get those kills from his railgun shot, which is a problem. He's so far behind. Again, the only one who can really match him is Victoria at that range, or maybe Crimzo, I guess, technically can, but. So there it is. There's that shot. He goes in forward, looking for a pick. Valentine gets a pick. Okay. Oh, he goes for a sneaky play here. It's in a close fight for some Mei. Not in the trance. Kai's struggling here. This is gonna be rough. Next fight, they got Mei ult. Man. This is gonna be really, really hard for Lancey here. They only have window, closing pulse. Boston's got Mei ult, rally, flux. This is not looking good. Rigzen's definitely good, Brayden. I just think that like Kai's not getting the value he's important needs to be able to get. I think like he's not getting the openings. And Venom's missing a lot of pulses. There's a pretty good opening, I would say. Mei. And there we go. I think they just completely ignored the Sigma, which is how they should be doing, going straight for their squishies. So that was a good turn. They have 5 minutes. They have time, but the problem is, they can win next fight maybe if they get lucky. But like Boston has so many ults, they need to at least win 1 or 2 fights like off luck, sort of. Not luck, but like pick potential, or like Boston making a mistake, or like UV maybe getting a nice right click. There needs to be some type of like pick potential happening. It's not good. Okay. OG1. Then I shift to keep them alive. Dragon's a split team. They can walk forward off that. That's what they're doing there. Okay. Kai should have a nice angle here. Oh, he's forced out. If he was on the right side of the map, there would have been a little bit better, but he got forced out the wrong way. Oh, this is rough. They're forcing a long fight here. Walled off Doom. Doom was there. Hawk going in. Rally. Okay. Oh, UV gets a nice pick. If they can win this fight, this would also be actually very good. because they haven't actually committed a lot of ultimates. They have spawn ad too. Oh, huge pressure on that Mei, actually. I really like that pressure on the Mei. That Mei should die. That's a great off angle by UV. I like how UV's taking a more aggressive angle too. I don't think he needs to play so passive back, because again, they don't have a tracer. Crimzo gets a kill. Dude, Crimzo's playing honestly really well. Like, he's playing really well. If they even think about benching Crimzo after this, holy moly. The dude is like legitimately carrying on their team. Okay, so they finally won this fight here. They have an ult advantage. They basically need to push a decent amount. Probably 2 fights worth, I'd say. If they get a stagger here, that'd be great. Oh, can they get the stagger? Can they get... Yes, they got the stagger. Let's go. That's actually huge. That's actually huge. Question is, Boston gonna take this fight and met down one? I feel like they wouldn't. Like, payload moves the same speed when you have one person on it, so... Oh, Victoria's also can maybe die here. She's one. Oh, Victoria should have died there. Oh, kill on Faith. Let's go. This is so big right now. This is like, I can't even say how big this is. This is awesome. They're literally winning a fight without using ultimates because like Boston's just staggering. This is what I was talking about. This is what something that like Boston shouldn't have made this mistake and they're making it, and this is huge for Atlanta because now they have an ult advantage and they can push this. Okay, so they should be able to win this next fight hopefully too. She's got to care dragons, but I think you just look for an early pulse play off that. Your Doom plays really aggressive. Look for an early dive on a squishy. It's a really interesting spot by Crimzo. I mean, Kai could pick him off. He is like high ground range, is a little risky. Oh, Victoria gets a pick on Venom. Man. Okay, there's the ult. He's looking for the pick here. He's trying to find it. Oh, the pulse comes in. UV gets a pick on Valentine. Oh, Victoria, man. Dude, Victoria has just been shutting down Venom the entire game. Should probably get rid of this. There we go. Gotta love bots. Venom going for a flank here. They have Rally Trance. This is a tricky fight here. Hawk's gotta try and probably use Doomfist ult to try and force something. He could probably do it. I like Kai's angle. They're zoning them all in that corner there. There's a Doomfist ult. It forces the rally. That's what we wanted to see. He needs to live here. He does live. Nice. Oh, Lamp, keep him up. There's a trance. Oh, Hawk gets killing Faith. Huge. Crimson still has trance. They need to force their trance early. There's a he does it late. They end up winning that flow fight there. Okay. Oh, Venom gets a kill. Okay. Story doing now. This is new low of bots, yeah. New low. Happens, it happens. Let's see here. Okay, I think they take this card for free. They're down one. They have no ults here. See who could play this matchup better. 30 seconds left. They basically have to win 2 fights in a row, like probably 3 fights in a row actually. It's really tricky here. Boston can definitely play the alt eco game here. Curious to see how this goes. Okay. Sticky. Ooh. Hawk 1. Kai, huge pick on Victoria. Let's go. Venom should have a lot more space to do things. Oh wait, they swapped the Valentine, swapped the Tracer now. I missed the pulse. He's trying to chase. Going on Valentine. Okay. Unlucky. That's. He went for Valentine, but like he didn't have the right drop on him, so he had a little bit of downtime there. That was not good. And then they don't care about cart, so they just kill the back line, and then are forced. Okay, guys, it's okay. Come on. We will not get reverse swept here. Let's not get reverse swept here because of May cheese. Man, not the May cheese. Oh, so what's the last map type? Let's see. It's control. Okay. I mean, control. You're like, oh, I guess it depends on the control map, but like they're literally winning off May cheese right now. Crimson buff. Oh. Okay, let's see here. Curious what Koth map they'll choose. They definitely have choice here. You only play an open Koth map, make it hard for me. It should be good. The problem with like push is like it's not only neutral based, but you mess up 1 or 2 fights, man. That it's just like it's just over, and it's what happened. They just got like rolled on that one attack, and oh, it's just so rough, so rough. It's so unforgiving, like that game mode. Like a lot of people have debated with like, is 2CP actually better than push? And like, it's definitely tricky. It's definitely tricky. Definitely tricky. Because I think there's definitely times when I think that like 2CP actually might just be better because it's not as neutral based. But yeah. Let's see here. Oh, food. Thank you. Charlie got me some food. So good. Here's pork chop. Pork chop with rice. It's seasoned so well. Oh my god. Why don't you like break Zen? I think it's probably one of like the hardest like support matchups, and it's so good if you can actually get it right. Like it's so, I don't know what the word is, but I think it's like really good. It's a quick text message. Was a TCP more entertaining to watch because of? Sure. Yeah, Nashi, I definitely, I mean, it was like really worse at the start. I think it was even worse than it is now, actually, the spawns. I think they fixed it. But yeah, I think the spawns being so far back is awful. The problem I have with 2CP though is the spawn advantage. The spawn advantage of second was just like really broken. Maybe like move his spawn a bit further back and still do 2CP. Call it 2CP remastered, Natter style. But yeah, for those who actually don't know too much about me, I don't know if everyone here knows about me, but I'm Natter. I've been in the Overwatch scene for like 4 years. I was a top contenders coach. I basically like was part of Third Impact. We scripted a lot of Owl teams. I had multiple Owl tryouts like a long time ago. Like 2 years ago? No, maybe 1 year ago. Like for Shock, Outlaws, Charge. I had Glads at one point. It was a bit earlier. And then I had, what was the other one? Charge? I think, I'm missing it. One other team I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, and I decided to not do that. I decided to finish my degree at computer science, and I ended up moving to LA for a security job, and I just recently left the current company I'm at, and I'm looking to join a new company. So yeah, and then on the side I do a lot of content creation. So I'm working with Atlanta. I do a lot of private coaching, and yeah. Who can win? I think it's all like, you know, they're gonna play ball. You know they're gonna bring out the ball. I think Atlanta can bring this home. I think Atlanta can bring this home. I'm curious if Boston will end up running some Ryan-based comps with May, but I think Atlanta brings this home, guys. The TP strats. I mean, these look, yeah. Did you ever see the TP strat on Temple of Anubis where you telly Bastion? That was like so funny. It's Lijiang. Okay. So, control center, they'll probably play Ryan. Here they'll play Brawl. Other map, it'll be interesting actually to see what happens here. I'm really curious. This will be interesting.
Ready for battle.
I mean, Shock had a lot of success with it. I think it really depends on the comp you're playing into. Like, there are certain comps that Ball is just so OP into. Like, at Brawl, it's going to be obviously good. Spam, it's obviously going to be good. I think anything that has, like, a lot of CC, like, nah, honestly, I think it's just map depending. I think Ball's fine.
2, 1. Round 1. Capture.
Because into Brawl, Brawl is definitely good, unless the Brawl team is insanely good. Into Spam, also, Brawl is really good, unless the Spam team is also very good at, like, holding space and denying people. They're playing Doom. Hawk just gets a pick. Nice. Really fast. Really fast. You'd love to see it. Nice. Really nice. This will be very interesting to see because a lot of, if Atlanta wins this, Atlanta's always going to talk about how they want to play into May. But now I'm curious to see if Dallas uses that May to understand like how to beat Atlanta, and then if Dallas actually brings that out tomorrow. Like, it's so hard for like Sombra to do much here, in my opinion. Venom's doing a lot. It's all playing a lane here. Getting shot. A UV, a huge nade kill on Victoria. It's all trying to do stuff, but he's not really able to. I love how Kai is sort of playing on the backline a little bit, so he's able to get value. And it's so hard for like Boston to push because he's like in a position where he's not like stacked on his backline, but he's near his backline, so he can get he can get passive heals, and he can also, and if he gets hit, then like his backline's like getting pressured. If his backline gets hit, then he can pressure them too. Yeah. Okay, this is looking really good for Atlanta. Like, really good. But Valentine's only at 50% for all. I think if also they like sort of synergize like Kai's like rail or gun with like Venom's engages, oh, it'll be so good. Venom huge pick. Oh, okay, Venom got punished there. Is it worth it? Not necessarily. I mean, they don't have any ults here. Kai's closing on ult. He's by himself, looking to try and get a pick. He lives. Nice heals, honestly, by the backline. Faith dies. Hawkett comes back. And that's why you have to finish them fast, and you have to carry angles. Because they're so mobile. Lucio, Doomfist, Tracer, Sojourn, the only person who's not mobile is Ana. So they're going to come back really fast. And like, Boston, you have two non-mobile people, such as Brig and Zen. So you kill their backline, the attrition and spawn is very different. Like, literally, Valentine still hasn't built an EMP yet. Because it's so hard to farm EMP. What are you going to farm EMP on? Like, Doomfist is, like, very eh. Like, that's my issue with Sombra. Like, I don't think people realize it. Like, a lot of, like, Korean teams really like playing Sombra, but it's so hard to farm EMP. Oh, that was nice. Valentine punished. Okay, they forced Trance here. He's one. Crimzo's low. They're all so low. Trying to get a pick in the back line. It's all low. He's just missing Crimzo. Venom, huge stick on Faith. Dude, like, Itzel is just, like, rolling around, not actually doing anything, just being really annoying. The amount of damage he probably took there, though, my god. And the Nano Tracer for the win. Okay, okay. They're gonna touch. As long as they focus targets here, they probably should be fine. Lucio 1, nice. Tracer coming in. Oh, Crimson has a nice angle there, but I think it's not gonna do enough. This looks like it's going Atlanta's way. They're gonna see 9, yeah. But Ball is out. Victoria had no recall, I think, there. Crimson was too far. Valentine is Sombra's gonna get forced out. Yeah, I don't know, man. A lot of teams really like Sombra, and I'm telling you, it's too slow, and there's nothing to farm. It's just not good.
Ready for battle.
Like, I don't understand why so many teams are trying to play Sombra. It just doesn't make sense to me. We definitely got to give hats off to Crimzo and Victoria. They definitely did a lot here, and they definitely made this a lot closer, in my opinion. I mean, it's not over yet, but they made the series a lot closer. Those two individually, in my opinion, did a lot. Right, they're actually running Bastion. Running a Bastion Sim Brawl. Are they going to tele left and right? It was very interesting. Like, the Ryan is getting hard bullied, man. It feels like the Bastion's not even doing that much. Literally, what is Valentine doing, man? This dude is, like, not have any angles at all. Like, I feel like Boston doesn't understand that there are two tanks, right? It's like, one tank. Like, I legitimately feel like Boston, some of the players are, like, their strategies are played as if they have two tanks in this game. Like, why are you playing Bastion, and how is this Bastion setting up where you are literally shooting squishies? That is so hard. And they're mobile squishies. You shoot one shot, they're just gonna go behind cover. Doesn't make any sense. And now Bastion retake is super difficult. Like, pulse into Bastion's so strong. Even if you force lamp, it's definitely worth it. A window, there's a pulse. Bastion force lamp, Bastion just dead. Free. So free. Man. And then I swap off, they go May. I mean, I still think May. Like, who are you gonna wall? You wall off Bap, Bap just jumps. Like, I think the biggest issue is what Boston have showed is certain maps, right? They understand how to play around, but they don't understand in certain maps that their other approach won't work. Dude, Itzel literally can't do anything. This dude literally is just standing there. That's gonna be a big ult. That's just free, man. That is actually just free. Like that's man. Itzel is literally just standing up there with his hands up and just walking forward and is like, okay, I'm up. I'm ready to try and touch point. Yeah. I don't know what else I'm gonna do here, but I'm ready to touch point, and then just gets surrounded and dies. Venom has a nice angle again, looking for a pulse force. I'm pretty there's a really aggressive Doom engage there. There's a follow up with Hawk and Venom. They get a pick. It's Al's 1 HP. Pulse misses. No lamp. They force beat. Kai's his ult. Looking for a pick on Crimzo. Crimzo 1. Okay, that's just fucking dude. Boston just I don't know, man. Dude. Like that's just Doom diff. Doom diff in chat. I will say they made it a lot closer than everyone thought it was gonna be, but man, that was not good. Oh, man. Oh. Man. Alright, chat. We're gonna wait for the post-game interview, but man, this was like actually crazy. Like, man, I don't think he purposely threw the game. I think they thought, like, that one strat could work on all maps, and they just run with it. And I think a lot of teams are trying to run Sombra, but it's just too slow. Like, you're noticing it takes literally one whole, like, round to build an EMP. That's ridiculous. If you can map control, sure, maybe you're going to build it faster because you can spam more effectively. But Oh man, it just, yeah, Kai got played of the match. He deserves it. I mean, I think he struggled a few times on getting map control, but I think he did actually a really good job. I think if it isn't Kai, I think it probably should be actually Hawk. I think Hawk did some crazy stuff. Like, actually crazy stuff. So if not Kai, I think Hawk also deserves it. Yeah, again, like I said, it's because they're running literally comps that don't make sense. They're trying to playstyle, it just doesn't make sense. And now I'm curious though, because again, we got a match tomorrow, guys. Like I said, I'm gonna be here. We're gonna tell your friends. We're gonna watch Atlanta versus Railgun Actors. 69%. Very nice. No, but we're gonna watch Atlanta versus Dallas, and I think that's gonna be really interesting because I'm curious how Dallas is gonna play now that they sort of see how May sort of impacts Atlanta's comp. So it's gonna be very interesting and how Atlanta tries to adapt. I think so. I think from losing team you can win if you do really well. It's a good question, Anna. I don't know. I do not know. If I did know, I probably couldn't say. Because I'd be like telling basically what people are gonna run, and that wouldn't be good. So. Alright, chat. We're gonna wait for the post-game interview, and then we will probably call it. I think they'll do an interview. Pretty sure they will. Atlanta tweets hashtag blame Morb. Man. That was definitely really interesting. Who you guys gonna think's gonna win tomorrow?
The official trading card of the Overwatch League.
Who do you think's gonna win tomorrow between Atlanta and
the official voice supplier
Atlanta and Dallas?
Overwatch League.
Is it always? Really? That's sort of lame. I feel like there's definitely teams that definitely deserve like to have it. I don't know. Apparently, Boston has the most reverse sweeps in L. And Atlanta has been reverse swept 3 times. And in Boston had 8 wins in 2019, and 4 of them were reverse sweeps. I think that's really funny. Dude, I feel bad though for Crimzo, man. Dude, like Crimzo and Victoria actually did so much. Like, how do you do more? I'll see you later, Rob. Thanks for coming by. I think they struggle to push. I think I have to analyze more of their matches. I think again, like, it's just that, like, understanding how to play around those particular situations. I think that's what's really important. One second. All right, we'll wait for the, like I said, the interview. It really depends on what Dallas does. They're trying to play Doom, but like, there's no way Dallas is gonna play Doom. No, there's no way. If they try and play Brawl, I don't think they'll do that. Well, actually, they might try and play Brawl and try and play May. I think that's what they might try and do. Actually, I think if they do anything, that's an approach they might go for. But even then, I don't think that's super strong because I think when you play Brawl with May, there's only certain maps. Maybe that's gonna be good. Okay, Mr. Atlanta Rain. Oops, wrong account. Yeah, very funny. We're gonna wait for the interview, then we're gonna cut it off. Yeah, this is a good Ghost stream. Classic. The Atlanta Rain player should like do like a video on how they're also handsome and skilled, so everyone can become handsome and skilled like them. Oh man, I wish like these breaks were like a little bit less. I feel like sometimes they're just a little bit too long. I don't know if anyone's given. I understand halftime, but like I don't know. I also wish they like put more stuff in these breaks, so it's not just I'm looking at like a timer. Man, let's report this. Remove. More fun than anyone else. I mean, yeah, Atlanta definitely, I think, is known for like being a fun team. They definitely enjoy themselves, right? And I think that's what makes them, you know, them. I mean, they did beat the Shock, Bobby, in the tournament. I think they 3-1 the Shock, or they 3-0'd the Shock.
Welcome to Game Break, everybody. I'm
Here we
joined
go.
now by Kai from Atlanta Rain. Kai, congratulations on the win.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All right. So about this match, I think definitely Atlanta Rain. You guys started off strong. You guys had the upper hand up until map 2. But going into map 3 and 4, the Circuit Royale and also Coliseo, I think Mr. X also mentioned this. Boston Uprising all of a sudden just came back alive, and then going into map 5, you guys came back again, and you guys just sort of dominated the Uprising. So I just
I'm curious if anyone listened to Captains. The Captains even mentioned what I talked about
with your teammates after map 4 that sort of triggered you guys to just.
Because there's definitely like a lot of like 3-1.
I mean, like map 5, like there was different comps, but
yeah.
I feel like Boston kind of like slowed it down a bit, especially like with the May and stuff, so we couldn't just run it down on them.
Yeah.
But honestly, like map 5, they just kind of threw with that like Bastion.
Yeah, I knew it! You threw! I called it.
That was just bad. Like,
it was so bad.
But, yeah.
It was so bad.
Their comp just didn't work. Right.
It was so bad, man.
Yeah, it just didn't work, honestly.
And it worked out. Okay, interesting. And I mean, I also want to ask you.
It was so bad,
about
man.
The hero that you were playing, Sojourn, specifically.
Yeah, I know Bobby,
feel like
right?
Coming into this stage, a lot.
He's just sort of good.
Picking up this hero and does seem
He's
really,
just
really
sort of good.
And you, Kai, today you killed it. You were looking very clean on Sojourn as well. So
It's all I feel like didn't really have that much of an impact actually on Ball. He just existed. This was nuts.
About playing Sojourn right now, currently.
I mean, for me, it's like not pressing shift, because I feel like as soon as you press shift, like the other team just
kills
looks at you straight away.
Yeah.
Like, you're so killable, so it's just it's just not pressing shift and not trying not to get bored, you know, like.
Right.
I mean, yeah, because you only literally Sojourn, you only have like a few moments to shine.
Yeah,
it's literally spam and then you go for picks.
I mean, it's not a question for me, but I mean, I do want to say, I did hear that today was your birthday, so I.
Oh shit! It's his birthday.
Me and here, guys, come in. Let's all wish Kai a happy birthday.
Oh shit!
Birthday, Kai.
Happy birthday, Kai! Happy birthday, Kai! Hope you have a wonderful day, and yes, this will conclude the interview. Happy birthday again, and yeah, congratulations on the win, Kai.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
That's a perfect way to have a birthday, man. All right, chat. We're gonna call it here. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed. Much love, everybody. Definitely come, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to me. Subscribe to other Atlanta social media. And we'll be back tomorrow for Atlanta versus Dallas. So make sure to tell your friends. Make sure to come check it out. It's going to be a great time. That's going to be an amazing match. So either going to be like a really good match or it's going to be a really weird match. But yeah, definitely come check it out. I will see you guys later.